What's going on, everybody? Back at you with another video today. In today's video we're going to be doing a bald fade with spiky or messy hair on top. We're going to start out using our Andis MVPs with the 000 blade, and we're going to create our first guideline here. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram as well. It's headlines or bust. So here we're using our Andis Masters with the lever all the way open. And we're going to create our second guideline. We're going to go about 1/4 of an inch up from the original guideline, and then we're going to blend down, closing the lever notch by notch until we work our way down to back to that 000 that we created with our Andis MVPs. Also want to thank everybody. The channel's been growing at a phenomenal rate, so I appreciate all the support, all the love. Keep sharing, keep hitting those like buttons, and keep subscribing. Much appreciated. As you can see now, we're going to start closing the lever notch by notch and working our way down. And as we close that lever, we're going to not go up as high and just keep blending down. And as we close it more until it's fully closed, we're going to start using the corners of our blade so that we don't risk raising the fade. And as you can see, I left the front darker. I've been getting a lot of requests for those type of haircuts, so that's why I continue to do that. I guess a lot of people have been seeing pictures. Social media is a great way to market yourself. And a lot of people have seen the haircuts that I've done lately, and they've been requesting these type of haircuts to leave the front a little bit darker. Gives it more definition, gives it more pop, gives it a nice look, in my opinion. So here we're using the Andis magnetic number 3 guard with the lever all the way open, which is the equivalent to 3.5. We're going to start blending down and working our way down to that half. So you can see when I get towards the top, I'm just going straight out. I'm not really digging into the hair. I'm going to let my shear work handle that. So we're going to start closing the lever notch by notch until we work our way down to the number 3. So now we're using the Andis magnetic number 2 guard, the lever all the way open, which is the equivalent to a 2.5. We're going to work our way into that number 3 that we just established. We're going to work our way down, closing the lever notch by notch until it's fully closed, which is the equivalent to a number 2. Obviously, as we continue to close that lever, we don't go up as high, we don't raise it. The idea here is to blend down to that half. So we're going to continue to close the lever notch by notch until we work our way all the way down. So here we're using the Andis magnetic number 1 guard, the lever all the way open, which is the equivalent to a 1.5. And we're going to blend our way down, close the lever notch by notch until it's fully closed, which is the equivalent to a number 1. As you can see, when I get here with these shorter guards or these lower guards, I start using the corners of my blade more and more. That's to not risk erasing the fade. So here I'm using the Andis magnetic 0 guard with the lever all the way open. I'm going to blend right into that number 1 and then close it all the way down, and that should blend right into that 000. As you can see, right where my fingers are, there's a little bit of weight left there. That's why it's so important to go back over your work and cross-check your work. And don't be afraid to use different guards, you know. Back trace what you just did, you know. Forwards and backwards, backwards and forwards. Here I'm using the Andis T outliner. And the idea here is you want to use the corners of your blade almost like a pencil. Just take your time with it. Don't press too hard. I don't really zero gap my trimmers, so I can use mine on kids or adults, and they hit pretty good. Some barbers make the mistake of pressing too hard though, when it's really not necessary. Just let the clippers do the work. So here I'm finally touching that front area, and I'm just lightening it up, excuse me, and just transitioning right into the fade. And here I'm cross-checking my work to make sure that we're all good. Here I'm using the Andis magnetic number 1 guard with the lever all the way open, which again is the equivalent to a 1.5. We've already done the 2 on this side, so we're just working right into that number 2. So here I'm using the Andis magnetic 0 guard, lever all the way open. We're going to blend down to that half. Now we're back using the Andis outliners. And once again, just use the corners of the blade as like a pencil. Get a little bit of a better angle here. Now we have the number 2 guard, and we're just blending out that front a little bit. Now we're using the number 1. Always use your mirrors. I find, or I like to use the mirror across from me, much more than the mirror in front of me. I feel like it's stepping out of the box. You can't really see what's right under your nose. When you look across, you can pick up little details. Here I'm using the Andis MVP with the 5-0 blade, and I'm starting to bald out the bottom of the fade here. I want to be careful to not raise the fade. You can see when I get towards the top there, I start flicking my wrist outward and not really digging in to create a long line. Here I'm doing the edge in the front. You want to be careful not to push anybody's edge back. I just tend to follow the natural line and clean anything up from there. Always use your mirror, guys. So here we're doing our shear work. You want to make sure that you fully get the hair wet. Hair has an elasticity to it. So if you have, in some parts, the hair is dry, in some parts it's wet, it's going to be a different length. And you're not going to get an even cut. So you want to make sure it's either, when you're cutting with shears, it's either fully wet or fully dry. We're going to create our first guideline here down the center, establish what the customer wants to take off, and then we create our first guideline. And then we work our way back, all the way back, matching that guideline. And then the sides is easy, guys. When you pick up the hair straight up, you just kind of connect the dots. You see where the hair is shorter towards the inside of your knuckle, and you match it up. On the other side, you pick it up towards what's shorter towards the outside, and you match it up. As you can see here, it's shorter towards the inside of my fingers, and I match it up. It's just connecting the dots. And here I'm going to do a little shear over comb, just to finish blending out the fade here. So as you can see, the final product. As always, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for the growth in the channel. Make sure you hit that like button, share, and as always, subscribe. See you guys next time.